Yeah, I've always been a smart kid. Like when I was in like elementary and middle school, I made the AB honor roll a few times, but like in high school is when I kind of like I kind of basically high school. I lost my brother basically my eighth grade year, so that eighth grade on is just like I changed. It wasn't well, not change. I just had to become a man a lot earlier than I expected. Then from me taking it to college, it's like I've always been smart. So it's like that's one thing that never left me. I was always smart. So it's like I just like I said, I just was self disciplined. I bet on myself, like basically, like because like even when I went to college, like I I didn't go on a scholarship because of my grades, but like I said, I bet on myself, grinded, and they gave me a scholarship after one season of playing because I showed up and showed out, and I kept my word on my end, and they kept theirs. So that was a blessing in disguise. Okay, so the program with Hannah was like job interviewing. So my junior year, we had some mock interviews, and they pretty much taught us a lot of stuff. Like they taught us dress etiquette, handshake etiquette, like everything we needed to know about an interview. And it's kind of ironic that like when I went to interview for this job I got now, some of the same things that was taught to me back then in high school, I still use to this day. So like that program definitely was a blessing too, because it's like we didn't know how to like do a job interview. Like we were literally just like we're kids, like we're kids. So like we're not really out getting jobs. A lot of our parents take care of us, so like we're not trying to go get our own money. But Kano was thinking for the future. That was pretty much a great experience because like I didn't even know until like they called and told me. So like what they called and told me that the House of Representatives wanted to give me wanted to recognize me. The first thing I thought like why me? Like why me? Then as Kano explained it to me and like he explained everything out to me, and I'm like, okay, I get it, I understand, and I just was thankful, blessed, highly favored, because like not many like I honestly don't know not one person who ever got honored by the state of Michigan, you know, especially coming from here, where the side where I come from. So I'm hearing a lot of great things. Like one of the things that stuck out to me, like me personally, that they just hired a new football coach who was actually my football coach when I was a baby from the Pontiac Panthers. So that's just one step of moving into the right direction, hiring somebody who's from here, who knows the kids, instead of trying to go out and hire somebody who has a big name or this type of reputation. Like hire somebody who really know the kids, So that's one of the things that stood out to me. And actually, I just ran into Mr. Carr at the Sam's Club, and we were uh, talking about it. I saw that they're getting a new stadium there. I think they're getting a new stadium. So like that's a lot of stuff that we didn't have like when we were in high school. So of course I'm happy that they got these resources now because this stuff that we lacked. So now so now the excuses are going to be less, and now it's time for a lot of not only the kids and the teachers, coaching staff, administration to prove like, oh, okay, you guys scream we ain't had resources for this long, but now you have these resources. We've been getting like a lot of grants and money poured into our school district now. Number one advice: don't take no days off, because for the simple fact, like, you're building up a mentality for your everyday life in the future. So if you feel like that you can slack off high school, you're gonna slack off in life. If you feel like you're gonna be late to school, you're gonna be late to work. If you feel like you can miss an assignment, you're gonna miss a bill payment. So it's like it's all about like taking no days off, being self-disciplined. That's second thing I would say: self-discipline, holding yourself accountable. And third, I would say find you a group of friends who have the same mindset. Like, because that's one of the main things with me. Like, me and my two closest friends I went to high school with, we all come from, well, in high school, once we were developing and becoming men, we were all in single parent households. So that's one thing we had in common. And we all wanted better for our moms and better for our situation. So that's another thing we had in common. So then we took that and just, having that grind mentality, like we're playing football and stuff. It just was like a no-brainer with us to be super close how we is now. Like, because like people do change, and relatively they change a lot. So I would say find a couple. If not, you don't want any, don't find none there. Next, I would say be kind, because you never know who you might need in the end. Like me, and your character do matter. If you have poor character, that 9 times out of 10, that's not gonna get you over in life. So be kind. Not saying like you just got to be like this super kind person, because like we're human. We all have our days, our moments in time, and life hard now, especially COVID. A lot of like suicide rates up, depression rates up, all type of stuff. So like I get it. So it's like you don't have to pretty much like be perfect, but like try to be kind, because like you never know what nobody else is going through. And last, I would say enjoy it, because you're not gonna get it back. Like I think like me and my friends now, we think back to like all the stuff we did in high school. Like my senior year, like we participated in like the Mr. Phoenix stuff, the fashion shows, like all that, which is like now that we're older, like we think back like, man, we were some bad little kids back in the days, so like I said, like once after I graduated, I left for 2 years and just gone. Like I ain't seen none of my friends. I talked to them on Facebook and FaceTime, but that's not just the same from high school. You seen them every day. Thank you for having me. Actually. Thank you for having me.